In a field of 17 Republican presidential hopefuls, it can be a challenge to cut through the chatter and hear the issues that matter. That's why this week we're telling you more about each and every one of the Republican candidates from A to Z. Back with round 3 of the Republican hopefuls, Fox News legal analyst Peter Johnson Jr. Peter.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Today we begin with the most recent candidate to enter the ring, former Virginia Governor Jim Gilmore. There he is. He was an Army intelligence agent during the Cold War, RNC chair, and head of the National Commission on Homeland Security. He served as governor during the 9/11 attack on the Pentagon, an experience that helped shape his strong stance on national defense.
What we've warned of is an international guerrilla movement that threatens this country. We have to be prepared to defend the American people, prepare them for a long war, stand up for the defense of this country, and stand up for the values of this country.
An excellent record as governor, but his challenge is that he hasn't held public office in 13 years. And since entering the race only 2 weeks ago, he's yet to garner enough support to be invited to the next Republican debate at the Reagan Library. Next up, former Governor Mike Huckabee. He's no stranger to the Fox News Channel. Our former talk show host was one of the longest-serving governors in his state's history and his successful record there. He's a Baptist minister, a best-selling author, and we know he plays a mean bass guitar. Steadfast in his Christian values, Huckabee favors a constitutional amendment supporting traditional marriage as well as a ban on abortion, except when the life of the mother is at risk. Listen.
It's time that we recognize the Supreme Court is not the supreme being, and we change the policy to be pro-life and protect children instead of rip up their body parts and sell them like they're parts to a Buick.
And while his positions are popular among social conservatives, even helping him win the 2008 Iowa caucuses, his challenge is to broaden his appeal to more moderate voters. He has a novel idea on entitlement reform, proposing a flat national sales tax in order to save Social Security. And next up, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, the first Indian-American governor. Jindal is a Louisiana native and an Ivy League graduate. As a boy, he adopted the nickname Bobby after his favorite member, yes, of the Brady Bunch TV show. He's a leading opponent to President Obama's Common Core education standards, as well as a champion for small government.
We have 30,000 fewer state bureaucrats than the day I took office. I don't think anybody has cut that much government anywhere at any time. As a result, 8 credit upgrades. As a result, a top 10 state for private sector job creation.
And Governor Jindal is the youngest of the presidential candidates, and although challenged with only a 32% approval rating in his home state, he's won some voters over with his tough immigration stance. And finally today, the popular leader of a crucial swing state, Ohio Governor John Kasich, the grandson of coal miners and immigrants. He won his first election at the young age of 24. Another familiar face here at Fox. He hosted his own shows, and he even filled in for the great Bill O'Reilly. In Congress, he was chairman of the House Budget Committee. As governor, he got cut unemployment there by 4.4% and won re-election by a whopping 30 percentage points.
And I inherited a state that was on the brink of dying. And we've turned it all around with jobs and balanced budgets and rising credit and tax cuts. And the state is unified and people have hope again in Ohio.
But Governor Kasich's choice to expand Medicaid in Ohio under Obamacare has been met with some criticism from small government conservatives. But he invoked his faith to defend his position and has become known in that state as a compassionate governor interested in helping regular folks.